What's up, everyone? I'm John Laird from 101X Homegrown. I'm joined by Jason and Conrad from And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead. They've got a live stream performance happening on Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Details at trailofdead.com, but it's a $9 ticket. Some of those proceeds are going to go to a variety of local record stores. Homegrown is involved. I'm going to be hosting a Q&A afterwards, and we're going to blow it out. Like I was just telling you guys a moment ago, I haven't been to a show. I had a band play at my wedding, which was Feb 28th. That was the last time I had live music, which is the longest stretch, I think, outside of maybe my young years where I haven't been to shows. How have these live stream, I know you guys have been doing like full band stuff, but is it just nice to get back into that, at least somewhat?
Playing them is fun, but the preparation is a lot more intense than a regular show. Because we're doing, for the last two, we were doing a bunch of like video overlays, and we were, had to set up the practice space has to be, it's almost like a performance live stage and a recording studio at the same time. So it's way more complicated than a regular show is.
How much practice time are you guys putting into these beforehand, or are you just kind of winging it?
We've been rehearsing a lot.
Yeah, we've been
never.
Yeah, it seems like for the last couple of months, we've been practicing and working on it. It's been and it's nice that we can find, like we hadn't seen each other for like 2 months and we hadn't played music. So when we got back to playing again, it was like this kind of, whoa, this is amazing. Now I look forward to going to rehearsal.
Whereas, a bit of a re-energizing there. Right. Does it make you feel like you're back, or does it still, obviously we're still some ways away from legit live club shows again? Is it just a good placeholder? Is it more than that? Like what's kind of the read there?
I think it's very different. It's a different realm. Like I was saying earlier, it feels more like doing television. And without the interaction of an audience, you definitely don't get that energy.
Right.
But no, it's more like you just use the energy of the band and just kind of the fun of doing it. And there is a certain kind of informality about it that I think is kind of fun, because we can stop between songs and tune up and goof off a little bit, and there's nobody telling us how to do this. There's no rules, so I'll be as casual about it as we want.
Nice. So what is on kind of the docket for the set list on Friday? I know you guys have kind of been switching it up. There have been 2 previous live stream performances. So for this third one, kind of what's the plan?
We kind of took like not a poll, but we just asked our fans what they would want to hear. And so we're playing songs that we haven't played live much, or just like really kind of like some deeper cuts, and stuff that we don't normally play on tour. So that's been kind of fun and interesting to, you never, like there's certain songs that you're like, oh, we haven't played this for like 15 years, so there's kind of an excitement to that,
And you got to relearn those, I assume.
Right. Yeah.
Well, glad you've been practicing then. So let's talk a little bit about just Mosaic Sound Collective. That's where you guys are going to be doing this live stream. That's started by Dan Redmond, who is awesome and the nicest guy ever. You guys also cut the new album there.
Yep.
The Godless Void and Other Stories, which, by the way, is one of my favorite titles to say on the radio, just in general, because it just sounds like I'm summoning something. I don't know. But what was that kind of experience like? Like, just tell me a little bit about why you kind of keep going back there.
Well, we started working with Charles Godfrey on the, I think maybe as far back as Tao of the Dead, or was it? No, it might have been the last album, 9. He was working on that with us, but he was working at Sonic Ranch out in El Paso. And then when he moved here to Austin to start his own studio, you know, we had such a positive experience working with him as an engineer that we, you know, he was available to work with us. So that's where he was setting up in at the Mosaic. It's kind of been like a work in progress for the last, you know, couple years. For a while, there was a lot of empty hallways and empty rooms that were just kind of like filled with storage stuff. And now it's kind of becoming more and more of an actual, like, an environment.
Nice. That's good to hear, because I love Dan Redmond. He's just, like I said, he's the nicest guy, and his kid is in Trail of Dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Redmond.
Yeah, he's a drummer now, which is awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the album. Again, Ex Agalis Void and Other Stories, because I enjoy saying it. Album number 10, first album in 6 years. Was there kind of a reason for that break? Is it just sort of the flow of you guys being at this for so long, so there's not that, you know, snappiness to just churn stuff out? Kind of what was the thing there?
I didn't know it had been that long, but before that, we were getting, you know, like going pretty regularly at the releases, you know, every 2 years or so. And I think after the last one, we wanted to just take a breath and just kind of like say, well, we want to really prepare for this next one, whatever it's going to be, to make it special, and kind of just go back to our drawing boards and allow the, I don't know, the wellspring to fill up inspiration-wise.
Have you guys, it's so weird because this album came out in January, but because of this pandemic, I almost feel like it came out 2 years ago. It's just like such a bizarre haze in this. Has this pandemic caused you guys to automatically just start working on what's next? Have you already kind of shifted on from X, or is that just a little still premature to do that?
Yeah, it definitely made me kind of get back into the writing thing. I even got this new shelf here, all the keyboards on at one time, and so that it's kind of like that's the only thing we can focus on. You know, they're not talking about touring or anything right now, and then maybe a couple of live streams. Actually, I think there was a talk. Can we mention? No, not yet. Never mind. There's a secret thing coming up.
Trail of Secrets. It's now been laid down for everybody. Have you guys started thinking about 2021 at all? What that looks like? I know you said no thoughts of touring just yet, but is it just these continuation of live streams? Just keep churning things out in the studio? Is that kind of just the focus for the time being?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like where we're at. I mean, there's talk of maybe if things are doing better in Europe, of going back there, you know, if there is a possibility. But right now, everything is kind of on hold. So I guess we're going to probably try to work on making a new album, you know, and that would be the logical step, you know?
Yeah, I saw some big outdoor show, and I think it was England, and they had essentially used bike rack to make like little cubicles for everybody. And I was like, I guess it works. I guess I would do it, but maybe not. Maybe it's just better to wait. I don't know. I'm conflicted about the whole thing because as a big show goer, I'm like, I just want to go, but you know, you can't really. Would you guys prefer there just be you know, back to as what it was before as possible, or are you guys okay, you know, if it's social distance, if it's half cap or that kind of stuff?
I think any audience is better than no audience, and you know,
fair enough.
Yeah, it would be great to play for, you know, 50 people, 100 people, whatever. But you know, we'll see. I think a lot of it right now depends on Vladimir Putin, right? I mean, he's got the vaccine.
He's got the vaccine, or so he says. I don't know. Hopefully someone has it. I would like it. Just keep me in the loop, I guess. Well, speaking of shows in person, I will be with you guys on Friday at Mosaic Sound Collective. We're going to host a live Q&A afterwards. So, you know, get your ticket for that. It's $9, a virtual ticket, but the guys are going to be pulling out deep cuts and all kinds of stuff. And if you have crazy questions, then save them for the post-show Q&A. You can ask about my continually curly, long, weird hair. Other than that, thanks to Karbach, Love Street, and Slane Irish Whiskey for supporting Homegrown. Thanks to you guys for joining me, and I will see you on Friday.
All right, man.